Wisconsin will face Kentucky in the Final Four on Saturday. First meeting between the Badgers and Wildcats since the Sweet 16 back in 2003. We're back on BTN Live. Rick Pizzo, Stephen Bardo, and we are thrilled now to be joined by one of the stars of that 2003 Wisconsin team, Devin Harris, now in his second stint with the Dallas Mavericks. Devin, before we look ahead to this weekend, take me back about a decade or so. What do you remember about that Sweet 16 game against Kentucky back in 03?
I remember it was a good game, but they were just too much for us inside. They had, a couple of big guys inside that we just we couldn't get the stops that we needed necessarily to close out the game. We shot it well from the outside, but it came down to just trying to get stops at the end of the game.
Devin, it sounds like the current Wisconsin Badgers may be in for a similar situation, facing a much bigger front line of Kentucky. What would you tell them in preparation for this battle?
Well, they have one thing that we didn't have. Obviously, we love Mike Wilkinson. I think Dave Mader actually was hurt during that game, but they got a legitimate 7-footer. And, Frank the Tank has definitely been playing well. But obviously, with the young guys that they have and the big talent athletic guys, I think they've been doing it all year long, especially I think at Baylor, which obviously is a way more athletic team. They were up to the challenge. Obviously, it's going to be tough for them, but I know Coach will definitely have them prepared for it.
Well, Devin, speaking of Coach, you were there early in Bo Ryan's tenure in Madison. Every year since he took over the Badgers, his team has been to the tournament. They finished in the top 4 in the Big Ten each and every season. What makes him so good?
He's the type of coach that gets the most out of his players. Guys want to run through a brick wall for him. He's honest. He can. He relates to his players, and he teaches in a certain way where guys get it, and they understand it, and they want to play hard for him.
Devin, give us a sense of what it's like in the NBA for players that come from schools like Wisconsin, like you do, and guys that come from other universities. Is there a sense of bragging or trash talking at this time of year?
Yes, absolutely. And when you get to the tournament, guys really want to show their school pride, and it's been no different this year than any other year. But this year, I get to boast my chest out a little bit more. With my team going as far as we've gone, but it's definitely a fun time. Obviously, we don't have a ton of Wisconsin guys within the NBA, but we do stick together, and we definitely we're happy the way guys have definitely played this year.
We're talking with former Wisconsin Badger star Devin Harris, 2004 Big Ten Player of the Year, as his alma mater, Wisconsin, gets set to take on Kentucky this weekend in the Final Four. Devin, let's be honest, outside of Madison, outside of the Big Ten, the nation's pick right now is Kentucky. Everybody has fallen in love with the Wildcats. Do you think that's exactly the way that Bo Ryan likes it?
I don't think he would have it any other way. Obviously, we've kind of an underdog program compared to a type of Kentucky. Obviously, Coach comes from a small town himself, being at Platteville. We've always had that type of mentality as a program, and I think, we'll definitely prove some people wrong this time around.
Devin, I know you made it to the round of the Sweet 16. You weren't able to get to the Final Four, but understanding how big this opportunity is for these players, what message would you share with them?
I actually shot him a video before I left, and just obviously we're proud of making it this far. Obviously, no team in the coach's history has made it this far, but I just told them not to be satisfied. Obviously, they have this opportunity for them to do something really special, and I love the way that they play together. They're tough-minded. They finish out games well, and they not only do it with their offense, they do it with their defense. But just I just told them, obviously, be happy with where you are, but just don't settle.
Devin, you got one of those crazy West Coast roadies coming up. I understand you're actually getting ready to travel for it right now. You have the Clippers Thursday, the Lakers Friday, the Kings Sunday, the Jazz Tuesday. So even though the Final Four is in your own backyard, you won't be there to watch Wisconsin. What kind of plans are you making to watch the games when you're out on the road?
I don't really like to watch it with other people. I just like to, to watch it by myself. Probably quite even. I think we'll be in Sac for the first game. And God willing, if they make it to the national championship, I think we'll be in Utah on that Monday. So I'm just quiet somewhere quiet where I can cheer on my team and hopefully watch us bring home a national championship.
Devin, as you've been able to watch the tournament through Wisconsin's run, is there any player that kind of is surprising to you that you think could transfer from the college to the pro level and have success at the pro level that you've seen?
I mean, it's kind of hard to say, but I think definitely the way that the jump that Frank has made this year, he would probably be my surprise. I saw him come in as a freshman. I played against him a couple of summers ago. And just the major jump that he's made this year, obviously with the way he's became a solid post threat as well as his outside shooting, I think he definitely fits into what the NBA brings. And I think the way Ben shoots as well, even though he's a smaller two guard, he can play both. I think he can definitely translate as well.
All right, finally, Devin, before we let you go, I'm not going to ask you for a prediction because I already know where you're going with that. Tell me how Wisconsin beats Kentucky on Saturday.
I think we limit them. Inside shots, we force them to shoot tough perimeter shots. And I think some of the tougher shots that they made to get to the Final Four, they'll be a little bit more tough guarded. And obviously, I think it'll be a close game, but I think we win by 3.
By 3, even puts a number on it, which we greatly appreciate. Devin Harris says his alma mater by 3 over Kentucky on Saturday night in the Final Four. Devin Harris, know you're a busy man. Truly appreciate the time. Travel safely. Best of luck on this West Coast roadie coming up for the Mavs.
No problem. Thanks for having me, guys. Really appreciate it.